I'm not live on air now. Welcome to another J&J Monday on a Sunday. I'm here with special guest T-kun, usual Wordsmith. She's so happy and everything. Johnson once again cannot be here. She's with her fiance, of course, spending some of the holidays week. But I'm on a very tight schedule, so I couldn't skip another week, especially when we only have two more episodes to go before the season finale, and I want to get everything done. Um, Say hello, T-kun.
Hey everybody, I'm back again.
And get used to seeing her. She's going to be pretty much a regular, somewhat. At least I'm trying to make her be a regular on the show, depending how comfortable she is. We got a couple things to talk about. First off, I wanted to address the Chris Brown situation with Australia. Um, the movie that pretty much has the lowest point in one of my favorite directors, unfortunately, career. That's Ron Howard. His movie about whales, I believe, did not do well. And I actually was very close to seeing that film, but a friend of mine convinced me to see Crumpus, which I did a review on. And we're going to talk about it again here because there's someone else who saw it. And guess what? She may have a different opinion than I have. We're also going to be talking about some of the box office results. So there's a lot of stuff. I'm also going to make some announcements as well as some weird news that's been happening lately in the World Wide Web. So before we go on to that, let's just say, how was your writing? How are things going? And you once again, I think you hold the record for the most blogs of the week on Matic Expression because I think this is like the 10th time in less than 2 months you actually have won that honor.
Really? Huh. I haven't really check of all that.
Really, you should because you've definitely been high up there lately, which is a good thing. Your writing is fantastic. Your poems is fantastic. Your paint a perfect picture is fantastic. I hope people. I wish what drives me nuts. I hope people appreciate the work you have done there, especially since you bring something new to the table every single time. And only my only gripe is there's no counter now on Matic Expression to actually see how many people is actually appreciating your work, which drives me nuts. But I guess counter's not everything. It's the people who write the stuff, and
Oh.
but I still like to see it. We might as well just get started on the movie that we both saw, because I am actually curious of what your opinion is, and that is Krampus, a film that I have seen in theaters. I might as well give you my rating now because it's no secret, especially when I already did an independent review. And many people said, you got to do an independent review before you do a discussion with your co host. I said, fine. I thought the film, and by the way, this film had a huge word of mouth. In a mixed sort of way. It wasn't like everybody
Mhm.
was praising this film. It was pretty mixed, but it was huge. People was talking about it. I seen it. I knew what I was getting into. It was a horror comedy. My friend thought it was going to be horror. She was hoping it was horror, and she was mad. She left disappointed. I felt there were a lot of good hits, a lot of misses. It was predictable. I gave it a fairly respectable 2-star rating. I honestly didn't think it was that. I wasn't scared. That was the big problem. I thought the special effects with the monsters or whatever the hell they were was actually pretty good. I liked the model Krampus, but I just didn't care for the movie. I just didn't really care for it other than the comic relief. Mostly the character was not likable. Now, I can tell you probably like the movie. Am I correct?
It's definitely a guilty pleasure for me. You giving it that 2 star is exactly how I feel for it, but I love it. I love it just much more because it's so campy fun.
Oh, so you gave it 2 stars, but you actually liked it more than I did. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. I think I would have probably liked it better if it was not so predictable. So I sat there in that movie theater and said, okay, I knew it was going to begin with this kid. I mean, after all, he did tour the note. It went to the sky, and I don't know how his note became a bad thing. I honestly don't. I can understand his frustration, but I guess the thing was is that the characters wasn't likable. That was the other characters in that movie was just wasn't likable. It's like I had no attachment to this movie, and plus, like I said in my review, the third act was rush. I mean, they like okay, we got to close this out. I need to just rush everything in that third act. Of course, you may disagree with that, but I like to hear your
Mhm.
feelings on this movie that you like more than I did.
Well, in all honesty, for the movie for Krampus, is that again, I found it as a good campy fun movie. It was again with the rush ending. Yes, it was horrible, but I give credit to the movie makers that they brought this legend that's been desperate to get a film, and I'm actually really happy for the results, even if there's not much to work on. I'm just really happy to actually see one of my favorite old lores get on the big screen, even if it was a big flop for most. I really enjoyed it because I was
Now,
just excited
I,
for that.
now, I never heard about this law until I actually looked it up after seeing the movie. Like I said, what got me intrigued, what really I consider the best part of the movie was the animation when the grandmother was actually with the mother, the grandmother or the mother, depending on how you look at it, was telling a story of how she came encounter with this anti Santa Claus, and it was done in animation form. It was very well done. And like, why can we have
Hmm.
something like this more than that movie that I just seen? Um, but at the same time, I'm like, and I said this in my review, like, wait a minute, if she can speak English this whole time, why didn't you just speak English the whole entire movie? That didn't make no sense whatsoever. And then when she spoke English, she went back to speaking Russian. I'm like,
I didn't pay attention.
that was the part you didn't care for. But no,
Yeah.
to me, like I said, there was some elements I did like. I liked it that they took a dark approach. I liked it, the fact that the comedy in the movie was pretty much in the middle. I actually liked some of the hit they did and like the miss. I just wasn't scared. I was just standing there like, yeah, this is National Anthem, Christmas Vacation, meets Gremlins, meet the Gingerbread Man if Gingerbread Man had a very bad day. I mean, it's just
Aw. Now you ruined it why I liked it. Those
I
were
got
the
nothing against
best combinations.
I had nothing against the Gingerbread Man. I think the Jack in the Box clown was actually pretty impressive. I gotta give credit where credit's due. I actually thought that was pretty
Yeah.
good. So like I said, there was less of that, and
Mhm.
it was really less of that. And then when they finally came into the big screen, especially Krampus, it was rush. It was poorly rushed. I didn't hate the ending as much as many people probably would because it left it open. You don't know what the faith of the family what they went through, even though the grandmother actually clearly explained that once this guy comes in, there's no escape. But I just felt that like when I saw the film, I'm like, it could have been better. I mean, they could have done a lot more better. I don't know. I think a lot of people was kind of wondering if this film would have done better if it was rated R. I don't see it too much.
Mhm.
Like I said, because they really kept themselves isolated to one spot. So even with the R rating, there's only so much you can do. I mean,
Yeah.
now,
That was very, you got it right on there.
mhm. Now you said this is based on a folklore. Please explain to me about this folklore. I was trying to look for this folklore, and I'm like, you know more than I do. What is this folklore about? What is this? Is this a Russian folklore, or is this something pre-Christmas?
It's a German folklore. It's mostly a German folklore on pretty much the anti-Santa. He's pretty much the version of Santa Claus um, that the naughty nice thing, like you're nice, you get presents, you're bad, you get coal. But in this tale of for Krampus, they expanded it more that on when children misbehave, they have things taken away from them to make them respect the holiday more, respect everything that's with it more than just trying to get a gift. The main purpose for Krampus is to actually try to teach kids don't take things for granted. Because if when you do, the things you really don't know you cherish for will be gone before you know it. And I understand that when you're trying to put it into a horror element for it, it's not going to work out very well. Which I saw for there, that's where it failed for the movie. at least for that. But everything else for it is just like it's um it's a mythical that you in the culture when it first started, it was respect more just as much as Santa Claus was. So it's oh, I had a good word and then it flew out of my ass. Damn it! Oh, oh. But that's what I mean.
Okay, so we went from a person who's teaching lessons about how not to take gifts for granted to kidnapping them and putting them in the underworld. They really changed the
Well,
script of this
that's what it
movie.
means.
Oh,
No, that's actually it depends on what century you're looking into. Mostly between probably a little later in the 1800s. That's when it got a little more violent when the story was told. But a little bit before that, it was very toned down. So I can understand that for the movie aspect, they went for the most updated version for Krampus, which is probably wasn't the smart move for them at the time.
okay. So there's actually different versions out there that I should be aware of. It's almost like the same thing with the
Yes.
child eater,
Yes.
which is kind of weird
Hmm.
because I'm like looking at this. I'm like, was he always depicted as a half man, half goat, or whatever the hell he was in the movie? Because I'm like looking at it. Is he a ram and half man, or what is he supposed to? There's no way. If he's the shadow of Santa Claus, I don't want to meet Santa Claus after that.
Um, I believe it's pretty much whatever the certain beliefs people have. Like whatever is your goddess, what is also your demonic. So I guess they kind of switched it. I'm not very familiar with the religious views for what the country. I believe that they're supposed to either go with a goat or a ram because they're supposed to be the signs of the ways that the hell gates are opened. So I believe probably if it's the later 1800s version of Krampus, it's probably the ram. My
Wow,
guessing.
wow.
The horns
Most
are a
people,
little off, so it's really hard to tell.
I'm just learning something new every day. Here, I thought the Hellhounds was the gatekeepers. You're telling me this guy is. To me, not. I was very fascinated. To be honest, I actually liked the design how they did it. It did look menacing. I just wish there was more of
Oh yeah,
him.
it's very beautiful.
I
Oh
wish it
yeah.
was more of him. And like, wow, we went from the minions, we went from presents, Jack in the Boxes. I'm like, wow, we really, I'm really supposed to be scared of this. But I will say this though, I love the
Hmm.
design. I mean the film. I wasn't bored. I was glad I seen it. Honestly, I was. But I mean,
Hmm.
it's like you've seen Gremlins, you've seen it all. I mean, it's just like how it is. I mean, sorry,
Yeah.
Gremlins, you guys. Um, I will ask you this though: what is your high point of the movie? What's your favorite character or favorite scene?
Mm, ooh. Um. Pretty much anything where I was probably laughing my ass off for how hilarious it is. Granted, I'm pretty sure everybody agrees. Probably the gingerbread scene is the most hilarious point in the movie. But for me, the most best part would be that. Granted, though, I understand your dislike about the whole that Krampus was always in the background. You never saw him until pretty much the very end. But that was one of the things they actually got very well. That pretty much with Santa Claus, you don't know where he is. He's pretty much like he knows when you're awake, he knows when you're asleep, he knows when you're bad or good. That's what the Krampus is too, just the bad version of Santa Claus.
Yeah,
And
but
to see him at the reveal at the end, that was beautifully done.
and yet
Grating,
I
but
have.
beautifully done.
Here's my thing about the that whole thing. It's flawed. Realize that whole president is flawed, and the reason why is the youngest one got taken. What did she do? I mean, look at what
Mm.
did she do? She don't even know what's going on. So
Um,
it's,
Once a little bitch, always a little bitch.
I don't understand that one. No, I thought that
Me
again. It
neither.
was I was I was in a theater. I saw two trailers. No, actually three. I don't count the other one because I'm not a Divergent fan. Every time I look at it, I say, you're trying to be Maze Runner, you're trying to be Hunger Games. You're not it, so I can't watch. I'm not gonna even bother paying attention to you. John's kid will see it. She probably tell me all about it. I know she'll watch that movie. She got
Mm.
the books. I know she's watching that movie. Concussion. I actually want to see it because I'm so Will Smith is so desperate for an Oscar. And a Chloe Grace Moretz
Oh
movie
yeah,
is
I
coming out.
just saw a trailer for that one.
Concussion. I'm
Yeah.
actually looking forward to seeing that. There's a lot of them I'm actually looking forward to seeing. A lot of dramas though. The one about the African runner is definitely one of them.
Mm.
Who raced in Nazi Germany, and got Hitler upset.
Mm,
um,
no, I didn't see that one.
the Fifth Wave, for some reason, reminds me of another movie. I just can't picture. I just
Mm.
can't figure it right now. But yeah, I don't. To me, it's less trailers in my theater these days. I think all YouTube taking them now. All the best ones are on the YouTube.
Oh
But like I said,
yeah.
my best
Mm.
scene, I gotta say, was the animated part. Some of the comedy that the not the grandmother but the aunt, and she was like the most. She had the
Hmm.
most one-liners in the scene. I actually liked it. Like that, she was very good. Other than that, I just didn't. I just didn't really care for it. I'll tell you one thing though, they was trying to be an R-rated film. I was like, damn, I see it hanging in the movie. What kind of holiday film is this? There's a hanging in this movie. Are you sure this is for kids? I don't think so. But hey, there
No.
was there was there was a couple of tears in the theater.
But
So go
but
ahead.
I do want to go with that. It's a great movie to start with. If Krampus gets another movie from this, I hope people use this movie as a template on trying to fix what was wrong with it and fix what was and keep what was good about it.
Wait, there's
So
more.
I'm hoping for more Krampus movies in the future. No, I'm hoping for more.
Oh, okay. So how many more comments? More is more than one story to this thing. What is it? One ain't
Yeah.
enough. But like I said,
Uh, no,
go ahead.
the
I'm
only
listening.
ones that are the those sort of the specials. There's been some TV specials that they've done for the Krampus, and that's probably about it.
So, so I guess the next Trump would be Thunder Man, which I'm waiting for that movie. I'm waiting for Thunder. I'll be watching. I can watch that. I'm hoping Thunder comes out. All right. So we both agree that it's not a 3-star movie. I think that's one thing we do. We both agree it is a 2-star film, but we have different opinions as to why we like and dislike the film.
Yeah,
Okay. So
I love that it's campy.
that I can't argue. It's definitely campy. Um, Before we get into anything else, I want to get to the box office results because I want to. There's a reason why I want to get to this box office result because this is one of our main stories that I want to talk about here. So I'm going to give you the link to the box office results. You can follow me on this. Let me see where I don't want to lose you.
Okay.
I'm going to leave you. I'm going to send you the link now. And for whoever is watching, they can actually follow through with the link there. You should see it right on your screen. I want to do this early because there's actually a movie I want to talk about, and that movie pretty much had had a disappointing result in the box office. It's on the top five, but it's not exactly getting anybody happy right now. I'm gonna start with the number five film, which actually I'm kind of surprised. Compass, which made an additional $8 million. It had a 50% drop from last week. It's been in theaters for 2 weeks. The film already total gross $190 million. I'm not hoping I'm correct on that. No, $28 million. My mistake. They already made their budget. It was a $15 million budget. So who knows? The film been out for 2 weeks. Hey, it may actually have make enough to justify a sequel, even though it won't be the same family. I can pretty much agree on that one. Um,
Yeah.
so very impressive for them, and
Cool though.
like I said, Yeah, like I said, this was a surprise because people thought it was gonna bomb. This was a film that a lot of people thought it was gonna bomb. It didn't bomb. So word of mouth really helped this film a lot. So whether you agree with the movie or disagree, there was something that people actually liked. Number four, it was number four last week. It actually maintained the fourth spot this week, and it's been out for 3 weeks. It's Creed. They get another $10 million in the box office. They already have 79 million, or in the bank. That's already from a total gross from what the cost to make, which is 35 million. So do expect another Creed movie to come out very very soon, and this is getting rave reviews. I don't know if it's gonna give. I don't know if Stallone's going to get the best supporting actor role, but a lot of people said he deserves it. We'll see. One of the Pixar's less liked films, The Good Dinosaur, actually made a total of $10 million more. This film already has $89.6 million. Now, I have not checked the budget on this. They don't say what the budget is yet, for some reason. But for if it stays on the path, it may make its money back. It's still not considered Pixar's best film. This is actually the first time that Pixar have came out with two movies at the same year. Normally, they only come out with one film. So I think this was one of their throwaway films that they didn't have much hope for. A lot of people are still raving about Inside Out too. So, if Pixar makes their budget back, that's fine. But it is considered not one of their best films to be released. This is a film we're going to be talking about later on because this is something that I want to bring up. In the Heart of the Sea, which I didn't. This is my first time hearing about this film. It was playing in my theater. It was in two theaters. It was playing in two theaters at the place. They didn't show the budget for this, but because everybody's saying this was a bomb, I looked it up. The film had made $11 million in the box office. This film cost about, I think, 100+ million. This film only made $11 million to date right now. So it is considered to be a huge bomb. Now, keep in mind, overseas the total is $50 million. But as you all know, they look at the U.S. domestic box office way ahead of the international box office. So this is considered by many to be a huge disappointment, and also considered to be the worst year for Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers had a bad year with movies. They did not have a good year at all. This is pretty much a clean sweep for them, where they did not perform well at the box office. They, all of a sudden, Superman and Batman looks a whole lot more enticing right now with
Yeah,
their lineup this
that's the
year.
reason, right?
Well, we got another year.
That's
I
the
mean,
reason why they. Okay.
yeah, go ahead. I'm listening. I don't know if that's the reason, but they had like a couple films came out and none of them did good.
That,
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Jesus.
Yeah.
No, I was just like, it was just like pretty much that for Warner Brothers, they've been mostly focusing on the Batman Superman movie. They haven't been really pushing anything out. And Jesus Christ, you weren't kidding.
Yeah, it's been a bad year. It's
I
been a
see,
bad year.
I
Oh
see
man.
hardly any WBs on here.
Hmm.
Hardly.
It's not. And this is a film that's directed by.
Jesus.
This is a film directed by a great director, Ron Howard. I love some of his films. He got some misses, no question. But he has, but for him like that, there should be no reason why his film should be this low in the box office. Well, Hunger Games is gonna be happy 4 straight weeks. This movie's been in the number one. You know that's not a good sign when a film like this has been around 4 straight weeks. Normally 2 weeks the film tapers down. This film has been in the number one spot for a month, a whole month. It made
And I
another.
haven't seen it.
Neither does I. It made $11.3 million. It already made its budget, which is 160 million, which has an asterisk because nobody know exactly how much that 160
Yeah.
because they did this in two parts, but it doesn't matter. They made $244 million. And think about this for a minute. Think about this.
Hmm.
This film actually was when it opened. It opened with disappointing results, yet it still made its money. For a film like this, supposed to be like one of the lowest grossing of the four, it still made its money and it's still in first place. That says a lot about what's going. Star Wars right now is going to be the only film that's going to take this out. It's going to end. It's going to end this run because Star Wars already made $52 million in ticket sales, and the film hasn't been released yet. So that's the only film that's finally going to take it out. That's
Mm.
how crazy this year in terms of big time box office sales has been. And here's the thing about it: Creed made its money, Compass made its money, but none of them was big gigantic hits. This Mark and Jay had enjoyed November. November has been their best friend. So like the film or hate the film, it's done its work. It's done better than Spectre. I tell you that. And Spectre is going to consider to be a failure in the United States. It's not going to make its money back in the United States. It made $700 million, so it's still a international success. But don't be surprised they're going to cut back on the next Bond film, which they're going to be starting to work on the Bond film in another year, which Sam Mendes will not be directing. So there it is. There's
Mm.
the top five. I'll say the other ones that have done well. Number six is Spectre. They made 4 million. Number seven is Night Before, which I heard pretty okay reviews for it. It made another 2 million. It became a hit. The Peanuts movie, which already grossed 124 million. Spotlight was number nine. Brooklyn, which I've
Wonderful
gotten
movie.
great. Was it?
Oh,
What
I
movie?
said that the Peanuts movie. Wonderful movie.
I heard. I gotta make it my business to see that film. Spotlight, Brooklyn, Martin rounds
Mm.
up the Love the Coopers, The Secret in Their Eyes, which I heard about, didn't get a chance to see it. Turbo, Big Shots, which got horrible reviews, and yet I think it was nominated for Golden Globe
Trumbo.
Award.
It's Trumbo.
That's what it is, Trumbo. I
Trumbo.
call it Turbo. I heard good things about Trumbo.
Trumbo.
Didn't yeah? Now I say Trumbo, Big Shot, Bridge of Spies, Chirac. So these are the films that round up the other ones. Macbeth, I think Macbeth, I think came out 2 weeks ago. We'd be surprised they didn't make any money at that. Um, so yeah, this has been kind of a weird week for films. Now, like I said, I think everybody's waiting for that Star Wars, which I'm keeping away from any kind of spoiler sites that keep continuing to tell me everything about the movie. I'm waiting. I can't wait. I'm going
Disney
to see
has
that
not
movie.
been helpful.
Well, I know that. That's why I say I'm staying away from these sites.
No.
I'm staying away from it.
No, I meant on the Disney Channel. They've been doing
Uh-huh.
Star Wars previews a lot and behind the scenes. So it's really hard to even bother with what's. I can't even watch Gravity Falls without something from Star Wars popping up. So I think notes of Gravity Falls because of them.
I said it before. There's promoting it and over promoting it. There's still people upset about the Batman Superman trailer that came out. Can't say I blame them. Really can't. All
Oh, you
right.
mean the new trailer?
Yeah, I've seen it. I'm not
The
happy
one with
about it.
Wonder Woman in it?
No, the one with Doomsday in it.
Oh, I thought you meant the one with Wonder Woman.
She's in it, but Doomsday is in there. Looks like a reject from the Turtles. Um, it's been bad.
Yeah, I've been
All
hearing
right,
that.
all right. I'm gonna give you the link.
Um,
I'm gonna give you the link to this story. I'm gonna let you read it. I want your opinion on it when you read it, and then we move on to
okay.
other important things. Here we go. I've left you the link. Let me know when you're ready.
Come on, come on.
You want me to read the first paragraph while your thing loads up? Mm-hmm.
Taking a moment to load.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You don't got Yahoo, do you?
There we go.
Okay.
Uh, Coming away from Los Angeles, all media. Oh, hold on. Screen adjust.
Mm-hmm.
The heart of the sea. What the hell happened? Sunday box office report. Coming away from the Los Angeles all media screening last week of Ron Howard's the heart The Heart of the
Part of the sea.
Sea. Most critics agree that the director was violence pleasing drama.
You there?
I ransom. Yeah, sorry. Quiet for a moment.
Mm. You want me to read the other one?
Mm.
So what ultimately went wrong with the?
Yes,
I don't know
to
what.
your ransom Apollo 13, the Da Vinci Code. Mm,
I think you're breaking up.
they apparently decided to release. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Your own words. What do you think? What do you think? What went wrong with this movie? Because I think your computer is like slowing down because of the link I gave you.
It's another time.
And here's the thing. When I look at
Of
this,
it.
go ahead. I'm listening. When
I
I
got
look,
rid of the link, but I was able to read some of it. From my guess, from my guess of this, is that the it was another time. It was another time movie, and also releasing the movie so close to the Hunger Games movie was not in their favor.
well, that's definitely true. I think this is a film. When I look at this film and I see a lot of films coming out right now, this film should have been better served coming out in the springtime, or pretty much in the early month of January, no later than February. This is not the film with Star Wars coming out, Spectre's coming out, Peanuts coming out, other films that most people
Yeah.
are going to come out. This is not the film you want to release uh, to the mass public. Also, the fact of the matter is that you also have the award season coming up, and even with those movies that are going to come out that's geared for the Academy Awards or other awards movies, they're not meant to be mega blockbusters. They're meant to get notoriety, to get recognized by the critics, so they can get nominated for an award. There's a film that that had not even broke mega hits, but it's going to be nominated for Best Picture in most, if not all, of the films award ceremonies um, this year, and that's Room. Room has been widely praised by a lot of critics, and it's going to get a lot of attention from the media in terms of award shows. But that movie is not a mega blockbuster hit.
Hmm.
That's the big key here, and this is the thing that I think that Hollywood needs to get real quick. If you're going to make, this is what's been happening. I've been talking about this with Joshkin a lot. Now I'm gonna say it with you. I'm seeing a trend now where a lot of the movies that are coming out, like Star Wars, Hunger Games, the Krampus, even I put that into it. These films should have been should. It's like if you would have put them in the summer, they would have had just as much of an impact money wise in terms of box office sales than they would in the Christmas. Yet you're seeing a lot of these movies that were normally are geared for summer releases being pushed back for holiday releases. This is the first Star Wars film I think since the very first Star Wars that was actually released in December. I think 1977. I think the original Star Wars was not a summer block, but there was no summer blockbusters back then, so it made better sense. But this film was made for a holiday release, which is kind of surprising because again, most of the films that are coming out in the holidays are films that are going to be recognized by the Academy Awards. This is what it's called a slowdown period where dramas and serious art films get more recognized. We don't see that anymore, and I think that's where
Yeah.
it's hurting some of these films that probably, if Hunger Games was not out, Star Wars wasn't coming out, and even Krampus to a degree, I understand it's a holiday film, but if those films did not come out, I think it would have a better chance. But no, you have Peanuts, you have Spectre, you have all these films. Nobody wants to see a drama right now. People want to get entertained. They want to just go and sit back with us without thinking. And this what brings worry to
It
films like Concussion.
there
Is
was
they're gonna have a problem.
definitely
Go
sorry.
ahead. No, go ahead. Listen, I stopped. That's why I stopped.
Uh, I, I was going to say that for most of these movies that you brought up, or mostly the ones that have like the most nostalgia back on them, mostly people who have already been fans of James Bond and the Peanuts and the Hunger Games, they already have something backing up to it. So when you throw something out of the loop that doesn't even that most people are not going to catch right away, then in the spring or somewhere in late fall, not near Oscar week, holiday month. That's a big no-no. Directors should know that.
I think it's more on the side of the producers and the studios who promote this. Now, for what reading here,
Oh yeah,
local.
sorry, I meant them. I meant them.
Hmm. So it really, yeah, I think it really does show where Hollywood has changed over the years. And look, I'm pretty got some good praises, and I'm pretty sure have it been released in a time where it's on competition, it probably would have done well. But you posted on on a time where nothing's beating the Hunger Games right now. If it would have been dropped off
Mhm.
4 weeks ago, and now you have Star Wars. You know already that you're gonna lose that battle with Star Wars. Star Wars is not going. The movie can be the worst film that came out this year. Star Wars is gonna make 100 million, maybe 200 million before the weekend's over. That's how much people want to see Star Wars right now.
Yeah.
When you got people buying tickets before the movie come out, you better get ready for a huge hit. There's not like for instance, what other movies coming out this week other than Star Wars? Off the top of your head, what other movies coming out this week? There's Star Wars and what else? There we go. See,
I don't
exactly,
know.
exactly, exactly. There ain't no major movie coming out for Star Wars because they know to leave Star Wars alone. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna beat them in any kind of record. You know you lost. Just don't put nothing major out. If you're gonna see any movie coming out that weekend, it's gonna be probably one of those low budget films in limited theaters. Those films are gonna be meant for critics. That's it. Nobody's going against comic book Star Wars. No one. But you. That's why I said for a film like Ron Howard, they should have hold. To me, this is the one time I actually felt they should have hold it back until January. Do a special selected screening, and then go right straight to January and make a nationwide screening. You could do that. You didn't need to come out this week. This was the wrong time to do this, especially when people want to be entertained. They don't
Hmm.
want to be preached to. They want to be
Yeah.
entertained. So to me, it's just bad management. I feel bad. I really do because I really liked Ron. I really like Ron Howard's movies. He got some of the top films I liked that he have done. Beautiful Mind is one of my all time favorites. He was the first person who actually did Grand Theft Auto, which nobody knows. So it's a shame. It is. Well, any last things you want to talk about with the movies before we head to our weird stories of the week?
um, I kind of wish there was a preview for a movie besides Star Wars coming out this week, so I could look forward to something for this weekend. That's about it.
You got your ticket already?
No,
No.
I have better things to spend on.
It gotta be cheaper for where you are because my theaters runs at $12.50 to $15. So my mine's just like,
Um, two
yeah.
adult tickets for one movie for two adult tickets for one movie, I think is around almost like $22.
Oh, it's almost. So it'll be $3. I'm $3 more than where you are, which is amazing. I thought about it would be cheaper
Yeah,
because ours is 12.
no.
Our cheapest one is 12.50.
Hmm. I would say though the worst part for me though when it comes to the theaters is how much the prices for food has gone up. I
Oh
can't
yeah,
get a slushy anymore.
how much yours cost you? $8.
Like what enjoyment. Oh geez, I think the last time I saw a slushy, even for like a small, was like $6.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, we've been getting that a lot. I told him that's why I told my friend of mine when I went there, I'm not you eating. I'll pay for the food, but you're gonna be eating because I'm not touching that. Because you do know you better eat one because I'm not gonna be spending all this money for no food. If they want dips, some ice cream dips, you know those little ice cream balls that comes in a little container,
Yeah.
$4.
Mhm.
So you cost just as much as Haagen Dogs. What you got your mind?
Yeah.
And it's nuts.
I just wanted the slushy. I
And
just wanted the slushy.
yours is
That's all I
almost
wanted, the
those.
slushy.
And this she costs more almost more money than tickets. How much is popcorn there? $8.
Well, that's the thing. Ever since the prices went up for the convention foods, I barely even bother looking at them now. So I really don't know the prices anymore,
So I look
and it
at them and I
fucking
just
pisses me
smile.
off.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I don't. I went so far the theaters I went to out of all the movies I've seen only one time. And that was yesterday. That I actually bought popcorn and stuff because she wanted. I'm not gonna have my friend not eat anything. Just, and eat. But I told her, you know, I'm not. You're gonna be eating that by yourself most of the time because I'm not gonna pay no attention to it. I'm like the small popcorn. This is small now. It's 7.50. I thought it was in a baseball game.
Yeah,
You got a dog in the background?
that's why I enjoy going. Uh, quiet.
Oh,
Sorry,
go ahead.
he
I'm
just
listening.
woke up.
Okay.
I was gonna say though that when it comes to for theaters now, it's just like the best place I like to go to now is like it's like almost like a half-hour drive, I guess, to go to this low rental theater place where it's like uh, a buck something, maybe you can get $7 worth of a big basket of food. I love
You,
going to that place. I
you
wish
know
it
we
was
don't have.
open now.
We don't have a dollar theater anymore. We used to. We don't have it anymore.
Oh,
Not one that's advertised, which I'm
oh.
at, which I'm upset about. I wouldn't mind going to those again.
Did they turn it into a parking lot?
I don't know what happened to them. I don't know what if they because a lot of the movie theaters in New York have closed down. Some just packed their bag and left. Others just basically shut down because they couldn't afford to stay open, which has been happening a lot lately all across the country. You'd be surprised.
Mm.
All right, your dog.
Yeah, there was this really nice one. Dudley, come on!
She wants me to move on to the next story, which I think you possibly will laugh or just cry or both.
He, he, he.
So here's. Are you ready for the weird stories? Your dog wants attention.
Yes, he is attention whore. Little princess!
All right, here's a story that I got for you. I don't know. I'm not gonna send you the link because I think your
Mm-hmm.
computer can't handle the link for some reason. I think your computer slows down when I
Okay.
send you links. So I'll just read it from the top and you just comment it when you
Yeah,
get a
so.
chance. It says here. I'm gonna read
Okay,
part of it.
that works.
It said, if you're going to contract a FedEx truck, it's important to remember two things. Make sure you can actually drive the vehicle, and for goodness sake, put on some clothes. This is
Okay.
from the Huffington Post. A naked man allegedly tried to carjack a FedEx truck, but that's not the funny part. Authorities from Riverside County, California, thank goodness it's not Florida, said that Abba Luna overtook those details doing in what they describe as a carjacking Saturday evening in Crayola, I think it is. I'm gonna spell it out because I can't pronounce this. It sounds like Coachella, Coachella.
Sounds like Capella.
Okay, Capella. Sounds nice when you say it. Police
Yeah,
said the FedEx driver was getting a package out of the
Capella.
truck. Sounds nice. The police said a FedEx driver was getting out was getting a package out of the truck when Luna demanded the keys, according to ksquare.com. Luna was not wearing any clothes at the
Mm-hmm.
time, Tony said. So what? He just ran out. He decided one day just to wake up, ran out in the street, and said, give me the keys to the car." How did you even come to that point?
I
Something
wouldn't
really
be
must have snapped.
surprised.
The driver handed over the keys and ran to the nearby home to report the incident. He was not injured, according to the son. Of course, he's not injured. The man had nothing on. Police said Luna put the keys. This is even worse here. The man put the keys in the truck so he can drive away, but he was unable to drive. So you just basically wasted your own time, man. So he had ran away from the scene
Mm.
still without clothes on. Where did this guy come from? See, there's something's missing here. There's point A and point B. They didn't tell me what
And
point
there's a
A
C trip
was.
somewhere in there.
They didn't. What happened in between? It's funny. They said Luna was charged with one felony count of carjacking. That's it. They got jokes. They said
I
the website did. They got jokes. They said the website did not mention
You got
whether
slapped
Luna
on the
was.
wrist.
I, I don't get it. And the website's making fun of this. It said that the website did not mention anything.
Holy.
I actually can't believe the websites did not mention whether Luna was stressed at the time of his arrest. Are you kidding me? He must have had a bad day. Luna is currently in Riverside County Jail on a $60,000 bond. I'm amazed he only got one count, one felony count. And as usual, we have some conversations. There's 4 people comment on this. I'm gonna read some of the comments. He could have been one of those 6 stiff trucks. The current generation have never seen a stick shift. Okay, that makes sense. So for sure, this was a see. People think this is Florida. They can't buy this. Can be nowhere else but Florida. Florida, you got a bad reputation, man. Because even if it's not even your state, they still blame you for this. Was he armed or just a naked guy that demanding keys? Made me curious how he was narrowed down to his home by driving description. I'm sorry, man. How is that possible? They're
We're
not
missing
explaining.
something.
I mean, exactly. Now, this is on the Huffington Post.
We are missing a lot of shit.
I'll let you look at this later. I'm going to give you a copy, but don't have to look at it now. But somebody need to explain to me what
Okay.
happened. Somebody need to explain to me what happened there. This makes no sense. makes
Definitely sounds like a trip my mother would go on.
This was done by David Moyer. He's a reporter from the Huffington Post. This was done about a few days ago. So there's no new update. But come on, what happened? Did you got robbed?
It's something.
The fact that you even tried to steal a guy's truck was even more bizarre. That's weird news by itself. That's not even weird news to me. That means you just had a bad day, and you was trying to get home. Let me see. Well, so far Florida's like, this one I gotta read. You know that was something. I just lost it. Where is it? Where is it? I just had it. There it is. Now the picture. I'll leave a link to all the stories so you can check it out yourself. I am actually curious. You actually may have to do a poem on this one because it showed a woman's teeth and not in the way you think. Now, it ain't what you think. I'm gonna read a story here. This was done by the same guy. This guy's finding good stories these days, ain't he? A New York woman was arrested after she allegedly bit an employee of a Vermont store after she attempted to retrieve underwear she had allegedly stolen from the store. Oh my God. Must be some expensive piece. It says here in Rutland Herald Square report, the 33-year-old woman from White Plains, New York, will be arraigned on December 14th, which I think is right rather than passed, on a misdemeanor charge for retail theft and simple assault. What? So that's simple assault.
So, bitch slap, give me back my panties? To sum it up?
Well, here's the thing: she stole them from the store. The person went to confront them, which I'm pretty sure that most managers tell you don't do in the first place.
Right.
And this is one of the reasons why. But
Mm.
the thing that gets me is she's charged with a misdemeanor charge of retail theft and simple assault. That don't
Mm.
sound okay. So are they saying it was simple for her to just bite someone? I never heard of that before. I don't know. Maybe the rules are different in Vermont, but simple assault. I gotta read that. I gotta look that up. Her hearing has been scheduled for Monday, but has since
Something
been rescheduled. Less
something
prevention.
simple you can do to assault somebody. Mm.
Actually, this is the thing that really kills me. It's not Victoria's Secret. It's not none of these great elaborate stores. It's TJ Maxx.
Rob them blind. I hate that store.
I guess not had good customer service. That's like,
No, worse. Much worse.
oh, I gotta hear your story on this when I ready to finish reading this. You gotta tell me, because there's a passion in your hatred for the store.
Okay.
The store and retail told the police that the woman kicked him, slapped his glasses off from his face, and bit his thumb after he had taken her purse to check the stolen underwear. Oh man, she must have been. She must have had none. She must have had no clean ones. That's
The
all I gotta
cotton
say.
thread must have been great.
Police
The
said that
cotton level
Dawn.
must have been fantastic.
I don't know. It's 21. This one underwear is 21.50. That's how much you. Wait, hold on a second. I gotta ask. Seriously? Oh, hold on. Don't. That's how much it costs for lingerie for one piece, 21.50.
Maybe a Victoria's Secret, maybe.
That's how much they charge in TJ Maxx. One.
Great. Now my passion to hate that store even more has only grown.
One. $21 underwear. Not a bag of underwear. One from the woman's bag. And here's the thing about this, and I just gotta say this, and I know a lot of these stores do this. I got a little advice for men and women. Never buy underwear that's already been opened. A little advice. Or any underclothes, any kind. I don't want to. I know there's such thing as a used vending machine of those kind of things. Don't buy nobody else's used stuff like
In
that.
Japan.
Yeah, in Japan, I'm not doing that. No, no. No. Just go out and buy a new fresh pair. Don't buy because to me that tells me it was exposed. Because that's one. $21 for one.
Mm.
One. That means you're not
Did they say what
planning.
kind?
Didn't say. I'm reading it now. If convicted, the woman faced a maximum sentence of a year in prison. So you're basically. Here's the thing: that's a misdemeanor, and she faced a year in prison.
Mm. Mm.
I'm gonna see what the comment says here. And if guilty, she should serve every day of it. Should make a good. This will make a good story when asked, "What are you in for?" Oh no, you don't want to say that. She's not gonna say that. She probably lied about saying what she's in here for. Yeah, I
What do
beat up
you?
a cop.
What do
You're not gonna. She is not gonna say that.
you?
You know, like I said, I can understand Victoria's Secrets, which, by the way, women, those who are my female watchers here, you'll never see me in Victoria's Secrets. To me, that's an embarrassment.
Variety.
You know, that's a woman thing. I'll let you guys, girls, have that. Even though I can't understand why you will pay $100 for lingerie like that. You know, unless you plan to sleep with your partner with it, which you're not gonna do. I mean, you don't really need that much. But I understand this.
Hey, hey, hey.
I understand. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it wouldn't look good for a guy. Because
What a great topic you picked.
I'm just saying, you know. But I'm just also saying is,
I'm just saying,
if you're
what a
gonna
great
buy,
topic you picked.
I know.
What a
I
great
just don't.
topic you picked because my mom is right there on the other side of the wall hearing this.
Uh. Oh yes.
I
No
have
offense,
you, mom.
but no. To me, it's like this. My sister goes there. I always tell my sister, you're going by yourself, right? Because I'm not going there. I'll be in McDonald's. Just call me when you're ready, and I'll be done. Because you're not. I'm not gonna stand there and look like a fool. It doesn't give a good look.
Yeah,
And
I'll join you.
I'll say this: if you're all gonna do it, make sure it's in the package. Make sure it's clean. Make sure it's not been open or tampered with.
Please,
Because that's hygiene. You don't want to buy something that's
please.
exposed. Because they already know now there's a lot of discount stores who do that. I'm looking at this underwear just open, $1 a piece. No, no. Besides not being good quality, no. That's what bothers me about this. It says one underwear, and you're going to jail for a year for that. And the thing is, I'm all TJ Maxx charged $21 for that piece. You aren't your, oh man. I mean, I need to get a
Hope
drink.
it was worth it, honey.
Now, before I move on, what's your experience with TJ Maxx? What's the beef with them? I
Well,
like to.
the story goes for TJ Maxx. The story goes for TJ Maxx at the mall I go to, especially to go see movies. There was a renovation going on for construction for TJ Maxx, and a good portion of the mall was lost because of TJ Maxx. We lost the whole food court area. We lost the arcade system. We lost Hot Topic and one of the Claire shops just to get a fucking TJ Maxx into the mall.
Seriously?
We lost the yes.
Do TJ Maxx got food in their stores?
Nope, but they
No,
smell like fries.
but it's not even that big. This isn't. Wait, this isn't Walmart. You serious? They took that much
Yeah,
space.
yeah. They
Wow.
there was a total of, let's see here. I think it was was it? How many? Hey, mom. How many food courts were at the mall before TJ Maxx tear them down? Is it like six? Okay, yeah. Six, yeah, so six food courts and three shopping areas were taken out,
Wait, hold on a second.
and the
She can
bathroom was
actually
shrunk.
hold on a second. She can actually hear us in the other side of the room.
Yeah,
I thought you was
the
playing.
walls are
Oh my god.
thin.
Oh my goodness. I didn't realize. Well,
The walls are the walls are very thin, man.
I'm sorry. Oh wow. Because you knocked on the door. I'm like, oh man, she gave you a quick response. Well, lesson to learn. Make sure to keep conversation. That gonna make people blush.
Oh no,
Wow.
it's fine. It's fine. This is the woman who raised me. What's the worst that she's going to hear?
I don't know. If you've seen how sometimes crazy our podcast can get, well, mostly on Jotkin's side, we try to make it
Well,
more.
you haven't met the dark side of T-kun, so you're fine.
All right, let's see what else weird stories we can come up with today. I'm That's the second one. Oh
Are you
wow.
ready, Mom?
I'm gonna stay away from Donald Trump because frankly, he's beginning to get on my last nerves. He's literally getting on my
Thank
last
you.
nerves. So I'm not gonna give him any kind of promotion on this whatsoever. I'll leave it for my news site, and
Yeah,
because
I
he's really.
already did a
Go ahead, I'm listening.
I already did a die one that I already did a fear poem based on what he's spouting about, which was pretty much me just trying to get my self-hate out of the way. And it wasn't a very easy poem to write.
Yeah, I can imagine you had to hold back a lot of anger, but it makes you feel better. This guy did a good job with
Mm.
something, even though I don't think he's gonna keep the money. I gotta read this because, frankly, if this is what we're coming to, I just gotta scratch my head. This was done by Bro Bible. I actually seen this, and it's actually a book on
Hold
this.
on a moment.
Yes, I'm hanging in.
Hold on. What was that, Mom? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Okay, this is actually a Bible on this. They are actually vendors selling this. I'm actually want to read it because I am curious
Never mind. Continue.
why they actually think this is a good idea. As soon as this is done by David Kochachi. I'm not going to pronounce his last name correctly, but then again, I'll leave
Mm-hmm.
a link so you can check it out yourself. Any day now, computer. I know this is not. There we go. I'll just copy this, give you the copy so you can look at it later. So that way, in case you get want to get materials. But has becoming a trend, and to me, I don't understand it. Maybe I'll probably never understand it. And as soon
You're
as this come
breaking
up,
up really badly.
well, that's because this thing has been. I don't know. There's too many pop-ups. That's what I might have to skip this. All right. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I think. All right. Here you are. I almost got word there. Okay. It says here. LOL. A bro in DC is charging $100 to teach people how to smoke weed.
No, you. No, 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 no.
Any difficulty to learn how to smoke pot, you just do it. You just handle a nickel bag and swag. And I'm not promoting any drugs, guys. Don't worry. But this is something that's been going on for a while now. There's booklets out there about how to do the stuff. It's becoming pretty much more mainstream by the day, and it's like, why? I mean, I don't get it. I will never get it. That's not my thing. But when a person is charging you $100 to do something very simple, which I don't think anybody had to learn how to do, something's terribly wrong. Where are you? Can you hear me? I, I can still see. I don't know where if. Tell me we didn't lose connection. You there?
No, you keep going in and out.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna have to shut down this thing because it's what's causing it. I just noticed that. All right, boom, gone. How's it now? I can still hear you. It's probably because of the connection. So I'm just gonna try and wrap it up as much as I can. Because I believe that last one took a lot out of it. I can see you moving, so I know you're there. Let me see. If you can hear me, just type it. Let's just do this because I don't want to lose the. Can you hear me now? I can hear movement. That's the whole thing. Okay, I see you. All right, like I was, I'm gonna keep going because I know I see you. I see you now. Yeah, because I took off that side. I think it was causing it to slow the system down. So I can still see you. So if you can hear me, that's great. So you can probably comment now because I'm basically I shut off a lot of tabs, which I should have learned the last time when this happened. So let me just do this again. You should be able to see me more clear because I took off a lot of tabs I'm not using. So that should help. And you're moving, so I know you. I know you can. I know you're still here. But like I said, the article that I saw is just says this guy's charging $100 for something that I don't understand why people want to learn to do. Maybe I'm an old-fashioned conservative. I don't see the joy in it. I don't see the use in it. I can understand for medical reasons, but to me, it just doesn't make any sense. And your microphone just went off. There you go. What's your opinion on the whole thing? Can you hear me, or you think I'm losing? Here's what you do: shut off, and then go back to the link, and then link back up. That probably will help it. I'll just wait for him from there. Let me see if you can hear me. Oh, I hear a dog barking.
It's nothing but static right now.
Oh, that's why what's going on. Well, I can still see you. I still hear the dog barking. That's why I said if you can't hear me, click off. If you can hear that, there we go. See. Did you get the message? I'll just wait for me there if you come back. See if that works. The joy of Wi-Fi. But like I was saying, gentlemen, while we work out this technical thing here, can you still hear me? I think we're on some audio here, so hopefully we can get that resolved before the show ends because we still got at least two more stories to talk about. But like I said, I never understood the whole thing about what's the joy of it. I've always had debate for those who I know have done it. I don't care what they do it. But always ask that one question: why they seem so passionate. And here we are, we're banning cigarettes. We're making cigarettes as this sin of all sins, but for some reason we think weed is okay. I just don't understand it. And for the record, don't I'm not buying that weed don't hurt people because frankly, I have known people who had an addiction and the addiction almost ruined their lives. I'm just saying that's how I see it. Right now, I still see my co-host. I just don't hear her, and she just like locked off. I think she's gonna come back if she goes. That's great. If not, we'll just continue to move on from there. This is it's probably because of the constant traffic from both ends. Um, like I said, internet sometimes are not very friendly. I was actually kind of surprised I had a show because my service wasn't running quite well as well, and I had to move from a certain spot to get on. So hopefully, if she gets back on, we can actually continue from there. I'm hoping that she will get back on. I left the link is still there. Hopefully, she gets back on ASAP. But it's always fun to have her on. She's very, very good. Um, Unfortunately, that does happen. So she will probably have the link, and she'll probably put back on. If not, we'll work something else to make sure that doesn't happen again. But we had a lot of stuff going on here, and like I said, I know she's going to be looking at this later on today. I have a problem with this whole thing that weed is okay business. Look, if you smoke it, that's fine. I'm not against it. I'm not saying it's world or evil, but do me one favor, for my sake, don't preach to me that it's okay. I don't consider it as because it's like anything else. It's an addiction. If you don't keep it in check, it can come back and be harmful. That's just how it is. Um, Anything's addiction. Addiction is not just it's categorized to certain things. Anything from sweets to gambling to drugs to sex. It can be anything that can be anything that you cannot deal without can be an addiction. So to me, weed is no exception. Now, like I said, I have family members who it nearly destroyed the family or have destroyed the family because they couldn't hang on to their addiction. And this is why I just, with that being said, this is why I don't understand why there's such a big, giant. push for this, why there are so many people who are so eager to get this legalized. And like I said, there are some exceptions. Fine, for medical reasons, I have no problem with that. I don't think anyone who has a soul is suffering from any kind of medical condition should be asked to to suffer, even though and to be labeled as drug addicts or drug dealers because a doctor's giving him a drug that can help them throughout their painful, even their last moments. So there's a whole, like I said, there's exceptions to the rules. I'm not that conservative when it comes to that, but what I get upset about is that when people try to say it's not harmful. No, it is harmful, especially when you don't keep your, especially when you're relying on it every day and nothing else. Just like any drugs, it can be it has a devastating effect. So if you long you understand that, I have no problem with that. I'm no problem with you. I'm using it, but don't preach to me about how this is good for me. This is good for the earth. There's a lot of stuff that's in the earth doesn't mean it's good for you. That's how it is. Um, so far, she hasn't made a comeback yet. I doubt that she's going to return back. I think the connection has finally tapered off. I got to remember that I think it's due to the timing that her connection gets weaker as well as mine. So something we gotta work on in the future. I was actually going to talk about this story that made the weird video file. It was actually a story that I actually was on a kind of a weird one. I don't know why it's considered the weird file, but it's something to talk about. Something that I'm actually want to get to. Let me see if I can find it. Where are you? You just missed it. There it is. Let's see if I can get this. No, that's not. It took me to the wrong one. Well, it's a very interesting story. I might as well say it. There was a guy who seemed to. Let's see if I can find it now. I'm hoping that she comes back, but I don't think that's gonna happen. Okay, there it is. I'm gonna skip it because it's not there. I'm gonna give something nice and cute for a change. Let's end it on that note. And that's I actually like these kind of things. I don't consider it weird news. That's kind of fun news. These dogs are waging war against the elves on the shelf. Now, this is, I'm gonna leave a link to this, and you guys can check it out yourself. This was probably one of the second to last ones. I'm gonna call for that situation. T-kun, sorry that we lost connection. Hopefully, uh, if you're listening, you can get back to me. I still want to talk to you, get some input on some stuff. Hopefully, we can try again, especially during the season finale, because I definitely want you on board on that. But like I said, I just think it's the timing of the connection from both sides that caused it. But in any case, I'll leave a link for those who are still watching. And it basically says that these dogs, this is a cute picture if you guys take a look at it. The dogs have waged war on a elf in a toaster. Somebody put an elf on a toaster, and the dog's curious eyes are just basically playing with it as well as it should. It's like a little toy. And it's a cute picture. It really is. Basically, I'm going to read the story here to you as soon as this website starts working. I don't know why it's a pain in the butt now. Come on. There we go. Okay, it says here. These are cute dogs too. If you look at the pictures, I'm wondering what kind of breed they are. They're very, very cute dogs, but they seem to be playing with this toy here that they put on the shredder. They put outside of the lawn. Very cute, very, very good. And it said those two dogs are done with elf on a shelf. The golden retriever, also known as shelf dog or cruel, surface dog, a golden Labrador mixed service pooch, Renda, have been waging war against Chris Kringle spy helper for the last 2 years. They battle in a document in a hilarious photo series posted on Facebook by their guardian Judy Frendo. And if you look at the pictures, this is a nice picture. These dogs are having the ball. Um, some of them are actually staged, of course, putting it, planted in there. You have the elf and the bowling pin and everything else. It's really very nice. The cunning canine pull out all the stops to send the miniature name back to the North Pole, but the keeper of Santa naturally lists somehow always managed to find a way of getting back to his own, getting back getting his own back. Sorry, find a way to getting his own back. The dogs attempt to toast, run over the scout elf, and the snaps, which are very good pictures. These are awesome pictures. You haven't got a dog holding a vanishing spray. He's just very cute. You have a dog, dog just playing with them. You got the chill elf, of course, and the dog is standing there. These are good pictures. This is something that makes me, this being a good one. In the holidays, you need something to smile about. This is actually a good picture. I think I'll leave a link on also Automatic Express so they can take a look at this for themselves. These are beautiful pictures. I actually fall in love with this dog. And again, it shows different varieties of dogs. You obviously know that people put the elf in the vacuum. Just mess with the dog. But you can actually tell the dog's having a good time with it as well. That's their little personal toy. You know, they must have more than one because I'm pretty sure that one of those dogs actually chewed the living daylights out of that elf. With Christmas not being too far away, I'm pretty sure they had to stock up plenty of those just for that occasion. Uh, Still no word from T-kun, and I'm pretty much going to end it from here. Um, we pretty much expected this was going to happen, unfortunately. But if you hear me, T-kun, thanks again for joining the show. Sorry that keeps interrupted by the faith of Wi-Fi. But again, always a pleasure to have you on. Hope to talk to you again very, very soon. Hope to have you on again very, very soon. Hopefully, we can try to figure out why the Wi-Fi don't agree with us when it comes to communication. But until then, this has been fun. Josh Kim probably will be back next week. We'll also probably have another guest on that week. So until then, guys, this is J77 saying take care, be safe. I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.